Okay, a little bit about plantain. Plantain is one of my favorites. Um, Plantain, not the one like the banana plantain that you're thinking of. I use it in a powder. It comes in a capsule. Oh, capsule. Whoops. There it goes, flying. Okay, so I take the capsules apart and then I put it in soap or salve. So plantain, that's that common pesky little weed that you find in most driveways and in cracks of sidewalks. It's a common weed, and it's actually a cure-all medicine, so they say. Native to all over America, and it actually just is just a common weed. But realizing it, over the years, they realized that it has a lot of benefits to it. It has a nickname given man's foot, and that is because it is always along like sidewalks and places where you walk. So they gave it that nickname. But most people just kill it with a weed killer. But it's actually a weed that has a lot of medicinal purposes to it. And plantain is high in nutrients and has medicinal properties that it's said to cure just about every ailment you can think of. It is an antibacterial. It kills bacteria and prevents bacterial growth. It's an antidote and combats toxins. It's an astringent, stops bleeding, and contracts meaning makes smaller tissues. Anti-inflammatory, reduces inflammation. Antiseptic, kills and prevents microbial growth. Antitussive, relieves coughing. Cardiac, strengthens the heart. Diuretic, removes excess water. Expectorant, looses mucus and aids in coughing up mucus, so it's an expectorant. It's a laxative, relieves constipation. For the eyes, it relieves eye conditions. You can make a poultice with it and draw out infection from a wound. You can refrigerate it, and or it is a refrigerant. It cools the body and reduces fever by inducing sweating. With the sweating, the fever goes down. And it's vermifuge, and it kills parasites and worms. So it thrives in poor soil. It grows everywhere. We've weeded it out of our backyards and out of our driveways and sidewalks. There are two plantains. One is for cooking. It's like the giant palm tree, like you think of, similar to a banana. And that's starchy and lower in sugar and green, and stays green even when it's ripe. And the plantain I'm talking about is not that. The plantain I'm talking about is a weed. And it, like I said, grows in driveways and sidewalks. So it's a leafy plant, and it's been used as far back as ancient times, both herbal and for food. So here is sort of what it looks like. So we've all seen that plant and killed it. But usually the leaves are what's used in medicine, and sometimes the seeds, and some parts of the plants like the stem, and they have a fair amount of benefits. The herb is an astringent, antitoxic, antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, antihistamine, as well as an expectorant and diuretic. Externally, a poultice of the leaves is useful for insect bites, poison ivy, rashes, minor sores, and boils. In folklore, it is claimed to cure snake bite. Internally, it is used for coughs and bronchitis as a tea, tincture, or a syrup. Irritable bowel syndrome and other bowel syndromes, it helps the digestive system. When wet, expanded and becomes like similar to like Metamucil and things like that. So it's beneficial for constipation and irritable bowel. And it has dietary fiber supplements that help diverticular disease. It's regarded by herbalists as a great way to add in indigestion and even treat diarrhea. Skin, make an ointment, use topically, crush the leaves and mix with oil such as grapeseed oil or olive oil, used for rash, hemorrhoids, minor wounds, blisters, serves as an antiseptic, an antimicrobial, an astringent, and it supports faster healing. It soothes insect bites and poison ivy. It relieves conjunctivitis, that's the eye, is known as pink eye. Plantain helps redness and itchy conjunctivitis, so you would make a compress with the leaves and place on affected eye. It's diuretic, so it can get rid of excess water from the body. It's good for the respiratory system. It soothes the lungs, and it's used to treat cough and bronchitis, and you can make a tea with the leaves. Additionally, enhance circulation, treat cystitis, hay fever, stimulate the uterus, reduce cholesterol levels. So stimulate the uterus, you would not want to use this if pregnant, or if you think you're pregnant. You'd want to stay away from plantain. Contains vitamin A, C, and K, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, sodium, copper, zinc. The antioxidants to help cleanse the body, increase immune system. So with this, always check with your healthcare provider, your doctor, your physician. Always check with them before taking plantain as a supplement. Do not use if you think you're pregnant or if you are pregnant. And you can make for all the skin conditions. That's what I do. I don't take plantain by mouth or anything like that. I just put it in soaps and salves and so creams. So if you're thinking about putting yourself on a regimen, supplement, don't. Check with your healthcare provider first and see if that's something that will work along with anything else you might be taking or